Morning guys. Alright, my name is Hojo, this is Serial Gaming, and this is episode 2.5. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys what I personally do to run through and grind. The reason we're grinding is we want to fill up our utility meter, and essentially what we're doing right here is we're going to be running back and forth and killing a couple of these, I call them mother brain monsters, but that's not really what their name is, but for this, that's what they're called. So what we do is we basically run back and forth from the beginning of the spirit well over up top. We kill the first one, jump across, hit that platform, come down, kill the second one, and then we create a save file. And what we're doing here is we're creating 2 points where we can come back and forth and access the ability tree once we gain more ability points. So as you can see right there, I went ahead and used one. And then what I'm going to do is hop back up, and I'm going to run back over to the spirit well. We're going to go ahead and save there, and that replenishes all of our health, and I believe it replenishes our blue as well, which is what we'll need to use to charge flame. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to hop over here and save here in just a second. There we go. And again, I don't know if this is a I don't know if this is on the internet. I haven't really looked it up. I just remember in one of my first playthroughs ever, I kind of sat here for a little bit and grinded, and I didn't do it to this extent, but I just wanted to see how effective it was. So it actually turns out to be really, really good. So as you can see there, we just went ahead and killed him with a charge flame, and then we hop onto this little guy here, bounce off that wall, and then charge flame and charge flame again. Nope, we're just going to do it regular that way. So ideally you could charge flame twice, but what you want to do is just kill everything there, and then normally what they'll do is they'll respawn. So you can either go far to the right and they'll respawn, or what they'll do is they will, you can go back to the spirit well and they'll respawn then too. So basically the rest of this video is just going to be me kind of hanging out and talking with you guys. That's it. It's pretty darn simple, and as you're going through, you can see that each run through will get you about a quarter of that wheel at the bottom to fill. So it does seem to slow down a little bit once you get a couple of them filled up, but yeah, it's pretty quick, pretty simple. We did this for about an hour, and again, you don't have to go that far. I would say bare minimum, you probably want to do it for about 30 minutes if you truly want to explore and be able to get enough ability points so that by the time you can double jump, then you'll be able to triple jump. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And as you guys can see here, I went ahead and just sped up the video to about I think it was about 6 times the speed or something like that, just so you don't have to watch me do this for an hour. But we're just going to talk for a little bit, and then I'll have like a little video with some music at the end, so you guys can just kind of hang out and watch me finish it up. But what have you guys thought so far of the playthrough? I think it's going pretty well. Again, it's a learning experience. It's my first video I've ever made, so we've got a lot of things to figure out, but I really enjoy Ori. I think it's one of those really fun games, and it kind of reminds you of when you're playing it. It's like kind of like Super Meat Boy, in the sense that like it's very accessible, it's easy to play, and I mean, the enemies aren't super tough. There's really no boss battles to speak of, honestly. It's not really one of those games where you're going to be fighting anyone in particular. It's more like environmental puzzles, so, and I kind of like that. I think it's kind of neat, and it kind of tells the story of Ori and him kind of bringing balance back to this area. So it's pretty cool, and I thought it was a good playthrough to start with, just because with the new game coming out, I think it's going to be 2019 is when that one comes out, but that one looks amazing. So if you guys haven't checked that trailer out, definitely do that. I think they had some coverage on it with E3, and something that was interesting that they wanted to do was to give Ori more abilities. Like right now we can do a couple things. They're mostly utilitarian. They're not really for flash or for cool factor. I mean, you get the proximity, which allows you to break through, and in the future we're going to get a couple more abilities that'll let us kind of traverse a little bit higher and bounce off of people and kind of use enemies to projectile to other spots. So that's pretty cool. But the great thing is in the second game, they've actually incorporated Ori with the ability to do different things. Like I think he gets a sword like an energy sword, which looks super cool, and he gets like a bow and arrow, and he can even he can even kind of like, I guess, traverse through sandy areas and kind of like dig through the ground and then pop back up, and it's just pretty cool. So I was actually thinking about it, as this is like I think it's technically my third playthrough. I've only ever beat it once, but just got other games to play, so I kind of lost track. But I thought it'd be really cool if maybe the developers could release like a DLC pack, kind of, I don't know, maybe like 6 months before the game releases, the second one, the Will of the Wisps, and they give you the ability to take all those skills that you had in the second game, like the ability to use the sword and the bow, and just some other cool ones that could actually fit into this game. And I just thought it'd be kind of neat if they could do that. I would definitely, I mean, me personally, I would pay the $5 or $6 to have some kind of cool, like, late stage DLC like that. But anyway, it was just a thought. I was thinking about it the other day. I was watching that E3 coverage, and I thought that would be kind of cool. So anyway, yeah, this is this is pretty much it. So you just, like I said, guys, you just run back and forth. You kill the 2 monsters, you run over to the edge, it should respawn them, and then you basically just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. So I think in this video, as I was playing this, it took me about an hour and a half, because I went a little farther than I needed to. But I think I just listened to some good music, and honestly, I think I was just kind of playing around with it. So it is kind of neat, and again, it's not necessary to go that far. You guys can definitely go for, I mean, if you want to probably do it, I would say maybe look around 30 minutes. 30 minutes will get you filled up about halfway through that utility tree right there. And then the rest of it, you can probably grind a little bit and find. I actually forgot how far along you have to go before you get the double jump, and you got to go down to the Moon Grotto, and down there there's the ability to pick up a few more like enemy kills and ability skills, and like I said, I think bare minimum probably do half, and then you should be able to get everything else that you need. But other than that, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So yeah, I think that's just about it for this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get some music playing here in just a little bit, and you guys can kind of just finish this out and let me know what you think. I did want to tell you guys, this is a little different too. I think I'm going to start doing a little bit of a video podcast if I can make it work, just with me and my buddy. We thought it might be a good idea just to talk about some good games, and since this is a channel all about stories, we wanted to maybe touch on some things that we thought were kind of cool, nostalgia factor, cool stories that of video games that we played through growing up. So anyway, if you guys are interested in that, we might be starting a series with that, so might be pretty fun. Take a little bit of time to get everything kind of ironed out, but I think it might be pretty fun. And as you guys can see there, I was just trying to show you guys the ability to breathe underwater, and how we can't use that yet, but we'll be able to use that in a little bit. So alright guys, well, as always, I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far, and again, this was just a quick tutorial on how to grind and get as many ability points as possible, and in doing that, we're going to be able to work our way up and get right next to that triple jump ability, which will open the game up, and we will be able to pretty much do everything on our first pass through, more or less. So alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you next time.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained.